Let's get skinny from scratch. This is part 2. When I say skinny, I'm not talking about starving yourself or chasing a number on the scale. I'm talking about structure, discipline, taste. That feeling when you walk into your day in control of yourself, calm, clear, and confident. Because anyone can go on a diet, but building a skinny life, that's an identity shift. So this video is for the girls who are starting over. Maybe you've tried everything. Maybe you've gained and lost the same 30 pounds 10 times. Maybe you're ready to feel at home in your body again. YouTube keeps taking down all my skinny videos, so this is obviously a watered down video. It's frustrating whenever I talk about weight loss and just keeps getting taken down. So obviously this is a less Skinny Society version. You can join the Skinny Society if you want more pep talks, but you got to be a girl to join that. I'm sorry, babes. To everyone else, keep watching. So here's what I started learning from scratch. You don't need more rules, you need more rhythm. You need recipes, not for food, but for rhythm. Not for food, but for living. Recipe 1 is just awareness. The first recipe for getting skinny and staying is awareness. Food shouldn't be in charge. You don't need to label anything good or bad. You just need to consider constantly and consistently what belongs on your plate right now. Example, you had pancakes for breakfast. Delicious, sweet, and comforting, right? Totally fine. What's not fine is pretending that didn't happen and having a giant bowl of pasta for lunch. That's just more starch on starch. Just stacked starch on starch. Think of meals like your bank account. You make deposits, you make withdrawals, but you keep the balance positive. Pancakes this morning? Great. Then for lunch, you balance with grilled chicken and vegetables, protein, fiber, and color. This isn't punishment, it's common sense. It's called eating like an adult. Sometimes it won't go perfectly. Maybe you're traveling, maybe it's your birthday, maybe you just wanted the pasta. That's okay. These are guidelines, not prison walls. The goal is to be aware enough to say, I see what I'm doing and I'll adjust next time. Recipe 2 is portion control doesn't equal luxury. The second recipe is portion control. Being skinny isn't about eating less, it's about eating beautifully. Think about cinnamon roll. Most people devour the whole thing without tasting it. The skinny approach is eating the center, the gooey, the perfect bite. Everyone actually wants it. Enjoy it, savor it, and leave the dry edges. That's not deprivation, that's refinement. You're choosing pleasure, not volume. Same with pancakes, cookies, chips, whatever your thing is. Have a taste and stop at satisfaction. Move on. The idea that every single meal needs to be a perfect macro masterpiece is nonsense. You don't need pancakes, eggs, and fruit and avocado. That's not balance. That's chaos disguised as wellness. Portion control isn't about rules. It's about restraint that feels rich. The confidence of knowing that you could have more, but you don't need to. Recipe 3 is movement and structure. 10,000 steps is free therapy. It clears your head, burns energy, and reminds you that you're capable. You don't need a bouquet gym or a fancy membership. You need consistency. Walk in silence, walk with a podcast, walk while planning your everyday. Movement is how you metabolize not just your calories, but just with emotion. When you move daily, you eat and you move differently. You think differently. The skinny mindset starts in your body before it shows in your mirror. Make movement your baseline, the non-negotiable rhythm of life. It's not about punishment, it's about presence. Fourth recipe is hydration and clarity. Your first drink of the day sets the tone. Start with water, electrolyte, green tea, something clean. It's not about what it does physically, it's about the message. I care enough to start clear. When you hydrate before your caffeine, your brain wakes up before your cravings. When you drink throughout the day, your appetite stabilizes. The Skinny Girls potion isn't magic, it's commitment in a glass. Recipe 5 is the mental detox. Fifth recipe, detox your mind before your diet. If your feed is full of chaos, your cravings will be too. Unfollow food noise. Mute accounts that trigger comparison or binge eating or binge energy. Your digital diet shapes your real one. Curate what you consume visually so you can think about what you consume physically. A skinny life starts in your headspace. Calm meals. Last recipe is balance beats perfection always. Not every plate needs a macro. Some meals are lighter, some meals are heavier. It's an overall rhythm that matters. You can have days that are more indulgent than others. You can have some days that are more indulgent and some days that are cleaner. That's balance. If you overdid it today, drink water, go for a walk, eat protein, done tomorrow. Being skinny is about quick recovery, not endless guilt. Practice balance until it becomes instinct. When you reach that point, you'll know what you need without asking everyone. Not a coach, not a calorie tracker, not a trend. So that's how you get skinny from scratch. Awareness, portion, movement, hydration, mental clarity, balance. None of it costs anything except attention. The skinny life is elegant because it's simple. It's the confidence knowing you're in control. You don't chase the next diet, you design your own rhythm. So if you're starting over, start small. Walk, drink water, pay attention, eat the middle of the cinnamon roll. In a week, you'll feel it. In a month, you'll look it. In a year, it will just be who you are. Portion is luxury, discipline is the dessert, balance is the brand. And that is how you get skinny from scratch. Ciao. How to be extraordinary from scratch. Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? Because who wants to be normal or average when you can be extraordinary? Personally, not me. Good news for you is in a world full of people who are typically ordinary or just average, it's even easier to be extraordinary because they give you the example of what not to do. They set the bar so low, it's easy to go extra in today's society, in my opinion. Some people are ordinary, some people are extraordinary, but it's not that way from birth. Becoming extraordinary is a choice, and staying ordinary is one too. You're going to die one day, that's already confirmed, so which one will you choose? Will you leave behind an ordinary legacy, or will you decide to be extraordinary? Because at the end of the day, a person is a sum of their actions. Those who do ordinary things are ordinary people. Those who do extraordinary things are extraordinary people. You could have an idea that might change the world, but if you don't follow through, it's nothingness. It's pure potential, but nothing more. When you're trying to take steps from ordinary to extraordinary, it has nothing to do with genetics or your predetermined destiny. To become extraordinary, you must do extraordinary things. Extraordinary things aren't things that you think. It's really just extra things ordinary people wouldn't do. Doing something extraordinary doesn't mean you're Superman. It isn't being Superman. It's not necessarily like you have to lift these super heavy things. It's not winning a Nobel Prize or receiving a gold medal. Look at the word extraordinary. Extraordinary is just a small step above ordinary. It's doing a little bit extra. Ordinary is what majority people will do. It's the average performer, the 70% of the bell curve. That's statistically majority, right? Being extraordinary is like in the top 15% of that bell curve. A high performer, which is doing a lot of things most people are not willing to do. The difference between extraordinary and ordinary is just the word extra. Extraordinary individuals have an extra drive, an extra zest for life, an extra spark that sets them apart from the ordinary crowd. They strive for excellence and never settle for mediocrity. They work tirelessly to push past their goals, to reach their goal, just pushing through all fear and all doubt. They are relentless in pursuit of their dreams. They do not give up until they reach success. So take the extra steps today and become extraordinary. The first step of an extraordinary person is to be a disciplined person. This is a 5-step routine. Even if you have been lazy for years, here's how to be disciplined. Step 1 is master the first hour of your day with a morning routine. Wake up immediately, no phone, no debate. It's uncomfortable at first. Then what I do is I make my bed. I go ice roll my face because the ice on my face wakes me up. It shocks my brain awake. You can do a cold shower, a cold water. Then I move my body typically for 30 minutes on a walk, and then I do a 10-minute workout. Even if it's a 10-minute body weight workout, it's successful. All successful people in the morning take little movement, like taking walks. And then I have my schedule planned for the day. So all of my tasks are written down, not my goals, my tasks. Tasks you have to take today and get it done by today as a non-negotiable. Step 2 is I create a daily battle. One thing that you hate doing every single day, but you know you need to do it. It can be 10,000 steps. It can be doing a 10-minute workout. It can be saying no to junk food, saying no in general, making calls, doing reflections. I don't know what's hard for you, but doing that every day. Because if you do that every single day, you beat your enemy. You beat it every single time. You beat it to death. And you want to beat it every single day. No cheat days, no break. Mine right now is hitting 12,000 steps because it's so cold outside. It used to be easy for me and it's so cold. So I'm like, oh my God, I have to make the extra effort to go outside. Whenever it's rainy recently, it feels like a daily battle, but I get it done. So pick your hard, choose your hard, pick that daily battle and beat it to death every day. Step 3 is control your feed and your mind. What you see daily shapes you. Your feed trains your brain every single day. Each day, if you are scrolling through drama all day, your mind will just think about drama. When you fill your feed with successful things and useful content, you will feel calmer. That's why I built the Skinni Society. It is a built-in feed for you, and it's people worth being in your feed. It's getting to know people who are worth following and also disciplined, as well as you see thousands of girls every single day getting up and doing skinny, productive things, because skinny is a mindset, aka extraordinary. It's extraordinary to be skinny in today's society. Like, you're already ahead of the curve in that way. Step 4 is punish laziness immediately. You skipped your task, aka didn't get work done, there's a price. Cold shower at night. Delete an app for 7 days, like TikTok or Insta. Saying no to dessert, saying no to going to a fun dinner that you were going to plan. Laziness should feel more painful than discipline. Not living up to your potential should hurt. If you fail to wake up to your first alarm and it went off, you should teach yourself consequences. Let's say you have a bad thought, right? Or you're thinking about someone, you can't punish it with laziness. Punish it with doing something like 20 push-ups or taking away dessert or something like that makes you not do that again. Step 5 is limit your consequences. Discipline dies from decision fatigue. Simplify your life. AKA for me, the skinny mindset, you simplify it. You do the bare minimum. You strip it from bare. Same workout time, same routine. I have the same breakfast. I have the same non-negotiable tasks. It builds warriors. Randomness builds victim. But tasks and routines and non-negotiables, you will be a warrior. Because again, you got it. The difference between extraordinary and ordinary people is going the extra step, the little extra mile. Because there are two different types of people in the world, ordinary and extraordinary. So which one do you want to be? Ordinary people fall victim to their circumstances. Extraordinary people don't fall victim to their circumstance. They use that as fuel and ammunition. They don't let their circumstances around them dictate how they act, how they live. They don't change you. So you need to take action. Sitting on the couch will literally do nothing for your goals, your dreams. Achieving success means going full out. Doing 10% more than everyone else will put you in the front. For every action you undertake, push yourself that little bit more. Take on that extra work hour. Write that one extra blog post and talk to that one extra person you want to talk to. You know that person who is where you want to be? Talk to them and become friends with them. Taking action will involve you to undertake the following then. Stretch your comfort zone. This means there are going to be times where you're going to be uncomfortable. We only grow by being uncomfortable. Every day you have to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Second thing is you have to make sacrifices. You cannot get without giving something in return. Understand that in order to go from ordinary to extraordinary, you will have to make sacrifices. This could be a sacrifice of time, of money, relationships, comfort levels, character traits, or material possession. Work out the price that you are willing to pay and pay it. Then the rewards will be worth it. Let me tell you, when I went from ordinary to extraordinary, I lost a lot of friends, relationships, all of the things, because I always like to say it. Ordinary people do ordinary things and get ordinary results. So let's just say, hypothetically, you and your boyfriend break up, right? And you are an extraordinary person and he's an ordinary person. You deserve then extraordinary love because you are extraordinary. So you deserve to be with an extraordinary person. You're not an ordinary person. Versus them, they deserve an ordinary person. They're doing ordinary things. They just need a normal girl who does normal things. And that's not you because you're extraordinary. So let's just say you're in a relationship and you have leveled up. You are doing extra miles. You are going the extra miles. Your career is taking the next step. Your relationships, just everything. Your boyfriend is staying the same and he is being ordinary. And then you start getting sad because things aren't working out and things are just boom, 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 boom. You aren't ordinary anymore. You aren't a normal girl. And some guys, sadly, just want a normal girl. That's all they want. They want to live a normal life. They want a normal girl. And you aren't normal. You are an extraordinary. So you deserve extraordinary love, not ordinary love. So if you want to be extraordinary, there are a ton of sacrifices, whether that's relationships, friendships. A lot of people leave your life when you become extraordinary because, again, you aren't ordinary. And a lot of people only want to be normal. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're extraordinary, so you deserve extraordinary people, extraordinary love, all of the things. Lastly, take the opportunities. The longer you are in the process of going from ordinary to extraordinary, the more opportunities you take, the easier it will be for you than to pass up on opportunities. So in the beginning of my career, I kind of was out networking, out interacting with others, doing all of the things. And now when you're in your career and you're established, you already kind of have your Rolodex and you want to obviously keep broadening that and you want to always interact with others, but now you can be more nitpicky. But I would say the number one cause that will make you go from ordinary to extraordinary, and I kind of want to make a whole different video on this, of success, is interacting with others. A lot of us now get comfortable in our own routines. I live alone, not at home. I live alone. So I can get just comfortable with myself. Interacting with others changes the game. So much of what I've achieved in my life solely is a direct result of how I interact with others. Just that little bit extra mile of interacting with others can go a very long way. All you need to do is give an extra smile, help them in an extra way, use a little bit of manners, take some time to get to understand and know them, show up for them in today's society. In a world full of people protecting their peace, I was talking to this, right? It's so hard to even have good friends nowadays because everyone's like, let me protect my peace. I'm not gonna go out. Let me have a mental health day. Sorry. There are times where I don't want to go to this dinner. There are times where I don't want to go see this friend or go to dinner or go do this, but I'm doing that because they're my friend. And so I'm showing up for them whether I feel like it or not. And I feel like in today's society, a lot of people don't do that. They're like, oh, I'm tired, I'm not going. Oh, I'm going through mental health. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm doing that. And that is not a good friend, right? So I think just showing up for people, you're already being extraordinary, because you cannot have a successful life without helping and sharing with others along the way. Make your interactions a two-way street. Your focus should be on authentic relationship building and what can I do to help you rather than how can you help me. It is by the helping and serving others first that you will be rewarded in return. That is why I'm so successful, I think, is I am constantly helping others. Again, there are no breakthroughs without failures and no success without setbacks, because how can you be successful if you had no setbacks? You don't know what setbacks are. So I'm thinking my next video will be how to be successful from scratch. Let me know what you think. Ciao.